I would like to start with something Area said. He said that digital or the website is not the future of the journalism. What do you think about that? What would you say about it?
Well, that the website is not the... I mean, I think that the way that we access things is the website, maybe the
behavior we have about...
I mean, I think the behaviors are all going to change. I think the idea that the open web is going to power that, I don't think that's going to change, but I think the ways in which we consume that, the fact, nobody could have imagined the iPhone before the iPhone existed, and now it's everywhere. And I think that there could be another technology around the corner that we're not using, and so that, it may not be the way that we know it now.
So, what do you think about the future of the paper, the newspaper?
I mean, I actually think that newspapers will always be around in some form. I don't think that... I just think that every time a new media comes along, people think that the old one is going to die. So radio was scared of television, and print was, I'm sure, scared of radio, and they thought, oh, this is going to be the end of us. But they're all just different forms of communication. And I think that there's something that is very democratic about paper, that anyone can hold and anyone can get paper. You don't need an expensive phone or a computer or anything in order to get that information. And so, and there are places where, paper is still thriving. It's maybe impractical to have, a smartphone or a digital device or something like that. So I think it's just that the model is going to change. It'll be different, but it will still be around.
But, I think that was Jimeno who said that we should stop make presents with the newspaper, to keep the newspaper, to keep the form that we know about journalism. Do you think that we are making these things?
Is the question that we should do something to try to, or what was the statement that we should try and do something to keep the newspaper in its current form?
I think that he refers about we almost here in Spain. We used to make presents to the readers, to keep the bio of new papers, and to keep the subscriptions to the web. I mean that.
I see. I mean, I think that the market will determine. I mean, we can try and do all that we want to try and maintain things the way that they are, but change is inevitable, and I think that we should. I mean, we should try to embrace it and and move along with it. I don't know whether I don't know. You can try and hold too tight to the past and to the way that things are. Yeah, the change is going to come whether you want it or not.
Little question. In the way, for example, now I was talking with Rea about the term of that internet, everything now, and in a very positive way, but I think that there are another side of a dark side of all the fantastic innovations about visual images, videos, or the designs that in Boston Globe you have achieved, but maybe all these themes are sacrificing the point that the information, everything is very basic, very visual. You don't arrive at the in depth to the themes and to informations, because everything is very visual, very easy, very for dummies in the end. That maybe with these innovations we are sacrificing the quality and the depth of the information. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's true that that it is all cursory, that it isn't in depth. I mean, I read 1,000-word stories on my phone, so there's more information available than ever before. There are more people who are able to publish it. I think that there will always be an audience for those in-depth things. I think you're reacting partly to what you see in media organizations that are hungry for page views and more ad impressions, and they, serve cheap content of celebrities and, salacious headlines. But, those always existed in newsprint as well, right? There are places that have more integrity than others.
For example, I think that it's difficult to read Bauman or Weber in an iPhone. That is not only how the things the people are doing, is also the image and the format.
Yeah. Right, that it's not just the content; it's the form that. I mean, I don't think that because it's smaller it means it's less that it has less import, or that it is, it's just a different way of getting it.
The last one for me, it's adapt the content to the form, or the form to the contents.
Sorry, what the question is?
What do we try to do? Adapt the form to the contents, or the contents to the form?
I mean, I think it depends on the situation. The point with the devices is that we don't have the opportunity. The devices are out there. The hardware is there. What people are reading on is what they're reading on, and so we need to adapt. We need to adapt our content to display as well as we can in those places. But where there's opportunity to change the format, I think we should strive to. And I mean, it's the reason that places like Google and Facebook are developing hardware along with their software, because they want to develop phones, they want to develop other things that will give them control over both the content and the medium. So it's a good question. I think it's got to be both.
Thank you.
Maybe we are losing losing part of the content in order to make better form. Is the question whether we need to drop some of it to make a better form, or do you think we're losing it as the end user is losing something in the translation?
I think that focusing too much on the form, we are losing the perspective of our content.
I don't think that's true.
The rest of the interview is why.
Yeah, I mean.
We think that this is we think that, so we are interested in why do you think.
Yeah. It's okay. Well, I mean, it's fine to have a perspective. I mean, I just think that I don't know, when I think about context, I mean, I just have more information available at my fingertips now than ever before. Like, information is more free, and so I don't think that I'm losing that much in the form of getting it on my phone. Just the fact that there are many different sources, not just the media, but individuals and the publishing platform that the web gives them. I feel like I've got more context on stories and more information, and I can see an image or read a story as easily on my phone as I can on my computer. So it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like I'm losing something there. I feel like it's a gain.
More information in the context is something of quantity more than quality.
Well, yeah. I mean, the journalist's job is certainly. I do think that there is opportunity, especially for journalists, to do a better job of looking across all of those sources and not just being another voice in the crowd, or like adding to the white noise, but taking that and winnowing it down and telling us, doing investigation to tell us what's true and what's not true. Because you're right, there's with more information, how are we critical about it? How do we think about it? And so I think that is part of the changing role of the news, that it's not a lot of things that they used to simply report because no one else could report them. That is maybe not as important. Maybe it's more important to give context to an issue. I think when you were talking about context before, I was just thinking about, do I have access to the information? That I do, but do I have the tools to evaluate whether it's true? That's really important, and that's what, and I think the media will prove its value when it's doing things like that.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.